Rail for Australia first. Little J. Jack here, the Duke of Brisbane down, protecting your freedoms and such. Speaking the truth that y'all can't speak because y'all got your day jobs and such. And if you speak up and pop up, well, you won't be able to pay for your mortgages and you won't be daddy old big man's property owners, will ya? So, listen up, kids. Here's what I think about the high-speed rail, and this is what I'm hearing in the cafe chit-chats and such that y'all can't speak because them black helicopters will come and get y'all. High-speed rail, well, Mr. Rudd and the others that ran the place spoke of getting the high-speed rail going by year 2050. Well, most of y'all will be dead by then, so I can't see the point of that. And now, they're talking about it again. Well, here's the thing. How about they start fixing the high-speed rail in the cities rather than just getting it from one big city to the next? Them folks out there in the wilds of them ghetto-ass suburbs in Brisbane down up there in the wilds of Ascot and all them other places, they gotta spend hours getting into the city and such by train and by road. And they want a high-speed metro. And thankfully our great premiers decided to do something about that and building the Bat Tunnel. But what we need is better transit in the cities, friends. Because them folks don't want to spend 2 hours in traffic. And the other thing is, as for them high-speed rails across the country and such, which comes second? Let's face it, them folks in the cities come into that fine CBD. I see y'all walking around in the fancy britches. Now, y'all want better transits to get into work because everything's in the CBD. Now, I've been retired for many decades, but I can see y'all wanting to get in. And, so that comes number one. But number two, if they do build a high-speed rail between the Brisbane and the Sydney and Melbourne, here's a start. First of all, why are they building a second airport out there in Sydney? Why don't they just use the one in Canberra town, which is already designed to take 747s, big-ass planes? They can just build a high-speed rail from Sydney down to Canberra, and there you go, down to the airport at least, and there you go. And there you go, you got your second airport, and you got your high-speed rail, the first leg, from Melbourne to Canberra, then they can extend it down to Melbourne town. And then they could build the last leg from Sydney town up to Brisbane town, greatest city in the world. There you go. And a lot of them folks are speaking of the conspiracy theories and saying there are a lot of people who don't want this to happen. And what they're saying is that, first of all, it's too difficult because it's 2,000 kilometers from Melbourne to Brisbane town. And we only got 22 million people in the country. And even if our population doubled by 2050, you'll only get 22 million people on that route, which ain't enough. And other folks are speaking different about that conspiracy theories and such. And what they're saying is that vested interests like the Lindsay Fox and the Peter Abels and all them other fine folks who are invested in roads would be somehow opposed to the rails. Now, I don't think that's true, but anyway, them folks are making out all them conspiracy theories, saying guys like Ray Janzit and Aquinas and such have been forces behind Australia moving away from the rails because of vested interests. Well, I like coffee and tea. That don't mean I hate beer. I like beer too. That don't mean I hate whiskey. I don't get that. Okay, friends, high-speed rail for Australia, what does it mean? Just imagine getting on the train from Brisbane town and waking up, getting Melbourne town. Just imagine, oh, holler. Just imagine the holidays you could have on the high-speed rail. Oh, wow. I think it's good for our country when it happens. Well, you better be living a long time before it does, 'cause I don't think it's gonna happen. And I think y'all might be long dead before you see anything like it. What do you think, friends? High-speed rail for Australia. Tell Billy Jack the truth below. Bye for now.